Hello everybody. Today we're going to be doing a deep prime and clean on this 9mm brass. Let's go ahead and get started. So I got my little paper towel here with my case lube on it. Go and roll them on there. I don't know how well this works. See, the primers are ejecting right through the back there. If this doesn't work, I like to take my one-shot case lube, go ahead and shoot it up in the die. Get a quick little spray. Got my primed brass, deep primed. And we're on to the next. And it's just a repetitive process till you get as much brass as you need. I like to go ahead and shoot that case lube in there a couple of times after every few cases to make sure we don't get a shell stuck in the dies, because that is a pain in the ass. Now this is my first video of many. I will be reloading these 9mm all the way, step by step, on this single inch Hornady press. Phone fell there. Sorry guys, still need a phone mount somewhere clipped up on this desk. But this is my reloading bench. A little messy, needs a little rearranging. Try and find y'all a better place. Brass bin. So you can get a view of what I'm doing over here. You got the casing, little spritz. Got my number 8 shell case holder here. It's good for several different calibers of ammunition. You could use it for, I believe, 380, 9mm. I have to look back up on the other ones, but I know for sure it can do 380 and 9mm. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I just went ahead and set my first batch that I did this morning up on the gateway outside. Let it dry outside for the day. And I'll give y'all a sneak preview of those in a little while. I know the camera keeps changing angles. I'm sorry about that. So you want to go ahead and inspect your cases. As you see this one right here, it's got a little ding up on the rim of it. I usually won't mess with things like that, just because I have so much brass. I go ahead and look for a nice showcase. It's nice and smooth. Go ahead and give her a shot of that lube. Deep prime. Now when you're deep priming these, it should be no hassle. You shouldn't have to fight your press. It should be real quick and easy, up and down. If you are having trouble, that means you're not having enough case lube on your cases. So you want to go ahead and readjust for that. Go ahead and inspect my case. Throw it in, deep prime. See how that was 1-2 real easy. And I'll just sit here and deep prime until I have enough. I went ahead and picked up this one-shot cartridge case solution yesterday at Academy. Wasn't too bad. I think I paid about 30 bucks for it. This was $11.95. I bought this at my local gun shop. And those will last you a pretty long time, as long as you're using them sparsely. I also will be coming out with some 300 blackout videos, trying to reload some 300 blackout. I've already done a few batches of the 9mm. I've been running the Hornady XTP. They are 100 and... Let me get the box so I can tell you exactly what it is. So these are my load data right here. You get the Hornady 115 grain HAPs. I was reloading them at 4.7 grains of the tight group. Excellent powder. My case overall length was 1.075, and these are amazing. For my first reload, I love them. Shoot very tight groups with them. I mean, I guess that's why they call them tight group, right? But yeah, I did pretty good on my first batch. I think I only had one squib round. Now that was a little pressy right there. You see how hard that was? I didn't have enough lube. Case was probably about to get stuck in there, but it didn't. Sometimes I like to double prime. Some people will prime and deprime in the same stroke, but in my case, I'm going to be cleaning this brass, so I'm going to go ahead and deprime it first. I'm going to be using an ultrasonic cleaner I picked up at Harbor Freight for roughly $30 to $40. Can't remember exactly what I paid for it. I'm sure I could leave that down in the comments. Got about 20-30 of them in there, give or take. Now I did go ahead and give these guys a pre-rinse outside. I took them with the hose and I sprayed them down, trying to get much of that range dirt off of them as possible, because you don't want to be putting dirty brass into your dies, because that could scratch them and ruin them. So these are basically cleaned just with water and a little bit of dish soap. I don't know if you guys know this, but I was picking up some brass at the range and I accidentally picked up a couple pieces of steel case, and that stuff, after I did the little simple wash process with the water, went ahead and started rusting out inside my bin with my brass. So now I got like some rust on some of these pieces, which is not bad. I'm sure it'll wash off, but just to beware, that steel case does rust out on you. Ooh, got a flyer there. I got roughly about 40-50 rounds in there right now. Probably do about 100 of them. Get a nice little batch. My first batch was a little smaller because I was testing out this new solution, but I'm going to go ahead and reuse that same solution that I used for the small batch on these guys a few times at least. And this will be shot out of my Gen 4 Glock 19. picked up at Cabela's in Buda, Texas. Lovely gun. Can't complain about it one bit. Haven't had a jam or anything of that sort. Fired hundreds of rounds through it and continually does not give me trouble. I am a Glock guy. I swear by Glock because I love it. Very reliable guns. Don't get me wrong, SIG people. I know SIGs are, they say, the best. But I feel like Glocks are the best to me. In my case anyways. But I do plan on possibly picking up a SIG for everyday carry for my girlfriend. She's looking for a little 380 or something smaller than the 9. Just have to see what we can find, you know what I mean? We're looking at probably about 50 rounds right there. I'm gonna keep going. Keep on keeping on. Sure you're inspecting your brass as you go. And this will not be the only brass inspection. I will inspect this brass every step of the way to ensure nothing is wrong with it. You do not want a cartridge blowing up in your gun. I'm very tedious about this because it can be dangerous if you don't do what you're doing right. It can cause bodily injury. I'm not responsible for anything you do on your own press to your own bullets. Don't take advice from me and expect to keep your hands, because this is a learning process for me too. My first press ever. It took me about 6 months total to get all my reloading supplies together, just due to the shortage and all the reloading stuff. I mean, as soon as the pandemic hit, everything started going off the shelves. I was lucky enough to find this one on Facebook Market. I got it for a good price. The guy went and hooked me up with a bunch of brass and some other things like a case trim jig and all this other stuff. I paid a pretty low price. I paid less than the whole kit itself. And I got all this extra stuff, so I was pretty happy with that. But it did take me a whole 6 months to get all of my materials to start reloading. And even at that, I still didn't have everything. If you want to start reloading, it's definitely a process. But if you want to shoot more, I think it's definitely worth it. And it will pay for itself over time. Because who wants to pay those marked up retail prices for ammo anymore, right? I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting tired of it. Some other videos we might be having in the future is some 30-06 reloading, 308, 30-30, 270, 338 Lapua, and 380, of course. I'll go ahead and go and pick that 380 up. 7.62 by 39 is going to be another one we're running through, possibly. But all those videos will be in the future. Right now, sticking to the 9mm and the 300 blackout, which I already have all my stuff to do both of these rounds. I just gotta get the spare time to come to my bench and start getting at it. I already have a whole set of those Hornady HAPs sitting right here. I did about 3 of them and I stopped because I was using the powder measure that came with the Hornady kit, but I just don't like how it shoots out by volume, but I don't see it as accurate. I would put it on the scale, and then I was using the Hornady electronic scale GS 1500, and that one started reading funky too, so I went and took a break, stopped, and I said I'm gonna have to go ahead and order me one of the powder measurers, automatic powder measurers at that, so I can get my exact charge every time. I do not want to be overcharging, undercharging my rounds, because that could be a disaster either way. And that's what happens when you're not locked in properly. As y'all see right here, it wouldn't pop that locker out. I'll go ahead and fix that. I'm gonna go ahead and secure it for sure. Pull your brass out. It didn't get stuck. But your primer is halfway out, so you want to go ahead and stick it back in there. Make sure this guy's locked up nice and tight. Run it one more time, get that primer out. And that will happen from time to time. It just gets loose after wiggling around up here. I'm sure there's a better way to lock that in place. See how loose that is. We'll be trying to post videos weekly as I get time. I'm in the middle of jobs right now, so I do have a little more time on my hands. That's why I'm on the bench. But I want to go ahead and start making videos. Not only reloading videos, but I want to do some automotive videos with my car. I drive a 2019 Honda Civic Si, 10th gen Civic, with the 1.5 liter turbo engine. Right now I've got a PRL cold air intake Cobra in there with the K-Tuner version 1.2. I currently have the Faribault Stage 1.5 race tune in there. I'm running the race math on that PRL Cobra. I haven't gotten it on the dyno or anything, see what kind of numbers we're making, but that is hopefully another video we could do one day. Maybe I could do a modless video on the Civic. Alright. I think I got a decent amount deep pine brass right here. No, I could do more, I guess. Let's go ahead and keep running it. I did a small batch the last time, but I want to go ahead and try and do a little more this time. See how well they get cleaned. I know that small batch cleaned very well. It came out pretty shiny, and I will show you all those in a minute once I go outside and pick them up. Make sure you're inspecting your brass as you go. You don't want to get something stuck. Try and put a 40 cal in your 9mm. That will get stuck. Most definitely. It probably won't even go in there, honestly. I haven't tried it, and I don't want to ruin my dies, so go ahead and stick with the 9mm on the 9mm. I don't know what kind of lovely view y'all have, but we will see. I'll have to watch over this video. Probably won't be doing any edits. I'm just gonna upload it straight to YouTube. No time for editing. Maybe in the future, I'll get on the computer and get some editing software to make things look a little better. But for now, it's gonna be raw, uncut videos. See how that goes. Alright. Using my Hornady 3-die set for the 9mm. Great die set. Currently on my 300 blackout die set, I actually have a round stuck in my depriming die. So I don't have a vise here to take that out, but I will probably make a video on removing that soon, so I can go ahead and start reloading my my 300 blackout. I've already reloaded 9. 300 blackout is one I have not done yet due to that stuck case, but I'm really looking forward to reloading my own 9. 300 blackout. Don't give it too much of a rush here. Ooh. See that rust from that steel case? Kind of problems we're dealing with here. Go ahead and put that guy to the side, not worth my time. Later on, maybe I'll mess with it, but I was thinking of doing some kind of art project with all my unused brass, or unusable brass at that. If it's usable, I'm going to use it. I'm not sponsored by Hornady, but hey Hornady, if you want to sponsor, I'm here for you. I do great reviews on your products. And I only use that Hornady, so no RCBS for me. I know there's plenty of other reloading companies out there. I go ahead and choose Hornady. Everything you see me use mostly will be Hornady. I have tried to purchase other stuff outside of Hornady and I just didn't like the products. No hate for those products, just not my type. I prefer Hornady, my opinion. Everybody's gonna have their own. There's some water in there, man. Wash them out, them 40s get stuck like that. You get water trapped inside those too. It's alright. Water ain't gonna hurt nothing. But I prefer not to put a water case in my dye, because why would you want to rust out the inside of your dye? That's a no-no. Pass on that little guy. When mounting your vise, you want to go ahead and have something very stable, because you will get a flex on these wood benches. I know some people come with metal plates right here and all this stuff, but I just went ahead and put an extra 2x4 underneath to re-support that, and that works just fine for me. I got 2 bolts going down, and on the bottom I have a 2x4 with 2 nuts coming out to hold it in place. Look what we got again. Turn that guy. Finish it off. I think I'm getting about to where I want to be. Let's say 10 more and we'll call it. That's 5 right there. 6, 7, 8, 9. The one that fell. And that's 10 right there. So, okay. Show y'all all my spent primers. I keep them. Heard stuff about reloading these. I don't know. End of the world type situation, you might want something like that sitting around. This is the brass I go ahead and have right here, deprimed. Here I have left my clean brass. I'll go ahead and put this primer here. Lid on this. Go ahead and get my ultrasonic. It's already got a solution in it. Plug running back here. Plug her up. This is the guy I picked up at Harbor Freight. Pretty cheap. Does what it needs to do. This stuff works excellent. Probably throw a little bit more of that in there. Just for shits and giggles. The moisture collects on that lid pretty good. Brass in there. Looking all brassy. Spray it out. A little splash of this one shot. They say an ounce to the gallon. I did like a little cap full earlier. Did just fine. Makes the brass shine like crazy. But I'll go ahead and set this guy up for a 480 cycle. Set it to temperature control. Water. Put this guy right back on. Let that sit, and I'll run about 3 of those 480 cycles. I'll go ahead and show you my brass that I've already cleaned. I have drying out here. Nice and shiny. Some of it is pink, and that's because the zinc coating was taken off of it. Now all you have left is copper. But this can be polished off with a little bit of polish. I don't know if there's going to be a difference between the ones with the coating and without, that we can see at the range. But I appreciate all y'all joining me in this video. This is Elijah. Peace out.